hope you're doing okay. My name is Catherine and this is MetaMind Muse. So thank you very much for dropping by. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. If it's your 10th time on the channel, then thank you so much for your support in keeping this channel alive. Every interaction helps. So if you like the video, give it a like. If you like the channel, give it a subscribe. And now that that's out of the way, what I have for you today is a quick, gentle back stretch for self-care. So the idea is to stretch, strengthen and align the spine, but also to nurture the shoulders, the neck and the hips as well, because everything is connected, right? So we are going to be getting rid of pain and tension, any aches, or at least doing as much as we can to relieve those symptoms and to also prevent backache from happening. So this is great after a long day's work. It's great after an inactive day of just sort of sitting down or lying down and not doing much. And it's also good for after repetitive movements, straining movements. So maybe forward bending, reaching, texting, typing, just general computing and writing, that sort of stuff. So we are gonna do this practice in a chair. As you can see, I'm on one of those office wheelie chairs. So this is particularly good for, desk yoga, chair yoga. So if you can't get up and down off the floor or anything like that, then don't worry. Yoga is definitely still for you. And I'm hopefully here to show you that. So what I'd like you to do is on a steady, sturdy chair, preferably one that doesn't have wheels, but you know what, work with what you've got and just listen to your own body. And it's kind of common sense to not sort of wheel around while you're actually doing it, I think. But yeah, if you can keep your feet nice and flat on the ground. So I'm going to wheel back just so you can see a little bit better. So I've got flip-flops on here, I better get rid of those. So feet are flat on the ground. Now I'm going to just move forward again after this because I don't think you need to just keep looking at my feet. But we are going to begin with arm raising. So I'd like you to come to the edge of your seat. So rather than being sat right back to the edge, come to the edge part of your seat. Make sure that you're nice and sturdy, feet about hip width apart, knees about hip width apart. I'd like you to take a nice long deep inhale and imagine filling the bottom of your lungs. So nice big deep breath right into your belly. And a long exhale, allow your shoulders and your face to relax. So this is good for relaxation as well as, freeing up any stress and tension in the back too. So we're going to start with arm raising. I'd like you to bring your arms out to the sides, about shoulder level or wherever is comfortable for you. If your chair doesn't have arms, that's probably better, but again, work with what you've got. I'd like you to take another inhale now. Reach your arms up overhead, so you're touching your fingers together, stretching through those fingers, stretching through the arms, stretching through the vertebrae. And then you're going to take a nice slow exhale and release back down. Maybe you look down to the floor when you do, if it feels good in the neck. Inhale again, raise your arms up overhead, maybe you look up towards the hands, feel that stretch in the front of the throat now. And exhale nice and slowly with control, bring it down. Inhale, nice big breath into the bottom of your lungs, looking up towards the hands, stretching through the armpits, the torso. Exhale, nice and slowly, bring it back down with control. One more time, inhale. Nice big reach up here, so really create space between the vertebrae rather than your vertebrae stacking up on top of one another with gravity and compressing. Let's get rid of it. Okay, and exhale nice and slow, bring it back down. Feel free to allow your arms to become heavy here. Maybe shake it out in the hands, maybe do a couple of wrist circles if you want to. There's always room for wrist circles because, sometimes shoulder problems or even back problems can stem from the arms and the hands and the shoulders themselves. So I would like you to now, on that note, bring your hands out in front with your palms face up. We're going to do some elbow bends here. So this might feel a bit weird, like why are we doing this for the back? But as I was saying just now, if you've got any misalignments in other parts of your body, then it can throw out your back and other places as well. So take a nice big inhale, grow nice and tall in your spine. So rather than slumping forward with the shoulders and over with the spine, lift up, zip up. On your next exhale, bring your hands to your shoulders, keeping your elbows lifted at shoulder height. And then take an inhale, extend forward. And exhale, bring your hands to your shoulders, keep those elbows lifted. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hands to the shoulders. Inhale, extend. And exhale, hands to the shoulders, keep them where they are now. And we're going to take an inhale, you're going to bring your elbows back as you squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. So nice open chest, open shoulders. Take an exhale, bring your elbows forward. So we're separating the shoulder blades now, alternating between the two. Inhale, bring it back, nice and open in the chest, lots of oxygen into the lungs. Exhale, bring it forward, maybe a little bit of a squeeze with the elbows so that you can feel a stretch in the back. Inhale, bring it back, nice and open, squeeze those shoulder blades towards one another. And bring your elbows forward on an exhale, lovely. Now bring your elbows down close to your sides. We're going to do some shoulder rotations, so keeping the hands where they are. We're going to take an inhale, bring your your elbows forward, and then up, and then back and down. So you're kind of doing a backward rotation movement here with the shoulders. Inhale up, nice big stretch. Exhale, down and back, shoulder blades squeeze towards one another. So we've got some shoulder rotation here in the joint. Keep it nice and smooth and steady, controlled with those movements. See if you can feel the whole of your shoulder joint in relation to your neck, in relation to the back, the chest. Okay, and then we're going to go the opposite direction, a nice forward movement here. So inhale, bring your elbows back, squeeze those shoulder blades, and then up, forward, down and round. And again, inhale as you bring it back, squeezing the shoulder blades towards one another, up, exhale, down and forward. And again. Lovely, okay. So from here we're going to do some neck movements because of course you know that your neck is the top of your spine where it meets your head. So this can actually be good for relieving headaches as well, especially tension headaches and things that start in the back of the head and the neck muscles. And good for, you know, anything in the temples as well because you're stretching out your jaw when you're kind of looking up and down. So I'd like you to, first of all, grow nice and tall in your spine as you take an inhale, and this is important. So rather than, you know, being really slumped over like this, shoulders moving forward, if you try to do up and down movements or side to side movements with your neck here, it's not great because your spine is curved and then you're moving it just at the top. So big inhale into the bottom of your lungs, lift up, lift the chest, shoulders down and back, keep your shoulders in the midline as you do this. Hands on your knees, and we're going to take an exhale, bring your chin down to your chest. Now if you find that this feels uncomfortable or if you have any hunched shoulders or rounded neck, look forward instead. Now take an inhale, look up, feel a stretch in the throat, and exhale to look down, feel that stretch in the back of the neck. Inhale, look up, and exhale to look down. Inhale, bring it back to center. Grow tall in your spine again. And exhale, look to one side. So you should feel a good stretch in one side of your neck. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the other side. Keeping those shoulders in the midline, not coming forwards. Inhale forward, look forward. And exhale to look to the other side. Fab. Inhale, bring it back when you feel like it's roughly even on both sides. That's a good rule of thumb with yoga. So any sort of movements that you do on one side, like the shoulder rotations, for example, if you found that too much with the double arms, you can always do it one shoulder at a time. But if you do, make sure it's roughly even forwards and backwards movements on both sides. And it's the same with most things. So from here, we are going to bring one hand to the top of your head, maybe the right hand. Bring your left arm out to the side. Now flip your palm as if it's pushing into an imaginary wall, fingers together. Take a nice inhale, grow tall in your spine, and as you exhale, nice and slowly, bring your right ear to your right shoulder, or as far as is comfortable. And then play about with the position of your left arm. So you should feel a real good stretch here from behind your ear all the way down the side of your neck into the shoulder, through the arm, into the wrist and into the fingers. So find a sweet spot for you. It's going to be different for everybody. Breathe into it. And then bring it back to center, nice and slow. Swap hands. So left hand, top of your head. Right arm comes to the side, flip your palm up. Push into that imaginary wall. And then nice and slowly bring your left ear to left shoulder. Nice long inhale, feel a stretch in the neck, through the arm into the wrist. As you exhale, notice how the muscles work with you and everything just naturally relaxes. Okay, nice and slowly bring it back to the center. And from here, we're going to do a kind of hybrid posture. So this one I've nicknamed a kind of hybrid between snake pose and camel, but a seated version. So it's an upper back bend, but a nice gentle one. So this always counteracts excessive forward movement. And you know what? We all do excessive forward movement, no matter what your lifestyle is. We rarely bend backwards throughout our day unless you're constantly reaching behind you, which, you know, not many people do. Mostly it's forward, washing up, washing the dishes, typing, those kind of things. So what I would like you to do, I'm just going to sort of turn in my chair so that you can see my back a little bit better, but you can stay where you are, or, you know, if you don't have any arms on your chair, then, you know, sit side on. This will be quite a good position to do. So coming into snake, feet flat on the ground. I'd like you to grow tall in your spine, and then I'd like you to swing your hands around to your back. So you've got two options here. First option is to have both hands on your lower back, fingers pointing down like this. And at the same time, you're going to squeeze your elbows towards one another at the back, as you also squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. So you can see here how, rather than slumping forward, I'm bringing my shoulders up, back, and then down. So at the same time, I'm bringing my belly kind of forward. My chest is lifting up towards the ceiling as I then lift up the chin to look up at the ceiling as well. So feeling a good old stretch through the front of the body, into the chest, the shoulders, the neck, and at the same time we're activating the back. Now from here, you can either stay there or take a rest now, or you can take it one step further by bringing your hands together, clasp your fingers, and then point your index fingers down. So same rules apply. You're squeezing your elbows towards one another and your shoulder blades as well as you bring your belly forward. Lift your chest, nice long spine, and lift your neck, lift your chin. And then from here, you're going to take an exhale, bring your hands to your knees. By the way, your feet should be flat on the ground, or whatever feels comfortable, really. You can have your heels lifted if you want, but I'm just doing that because it was a little bit awkward in the chair. So from here, I'd like you to bring your hands to your knees, and we're going to round through the spine the opposite direction now. So we're coming into a bit of a forward bend. So hands on your knees, and you're going to start to round through your spine, tucking your belly in towards your spine as well. So a bit of ab engagement, and bring your chin down to your chest as you kind of tuck your pelvis, your tailbone under, a little bit like a naughty dog tucking its tail. And then take an inhale, bring your belly forward, bring your chest up towards the ceiling as you grow tall through your spine, nice big stretch through the vertebrae. And at the same time, your shoulders are down, long neck. Exhale now, you're going to bring your shoulders slightly up and forward as you tuck your tailbone here under. And you're bringing your belly towards your spine, feel a stretch in the back. Inhale now, come forward, coming into a cow pose or a seated cow. Shoulders are down, away from your ears. Chest is lifted, chin is lifted if it feels good in the neck. And then exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest, belly in, tailbone tucks. And then inhale, come back to center. Lovely. Okay, from here we are going to come into a seated twist. So once again, same rules apply. Grow nice and tall in your spine. Give yourself plenty of room here at the back of your chair, so edge forward if you're not already. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, bring your left hand to your right knee. Opposite hand comes to the back of the chair behind you as you twist to the right. Keep nice and tall, nice and long in your spine. Chest is lifted. Stay where you are. And then take another exhale to maybe twist a little bit further, bringing your belly in towards your spine. Bit of core engagement protects the back. And then inhale, nice and slowly come back to center. And let's take it to the other side. So exhale, right hand, left knee or left thigh, opposite hand to the chair behind. And then we'll twist into the left. Stay where you are. Take another inhale, grow nice and tall. Exhale, twist a little bit more, only if it feels good. Work within your range of motion currently. Maybe look over your shoulder, feel a stretch in the neck. And then nice and slowly back to center. Take an inhale. Okay, and breathe naturally. Now we're going to come into a side bend, then we've got a little bit of hip work, and then we are going to finish off with a little bit of a gentle forward bend. So coming towards the end of the practice, coming into a side bend now, I would like you to take your left hand, bring it to the outside edge of your right thigh, and what we're going to do is take the right arm, reach up overhead, and then over to the left. So as you can see, I'm kind of in the midline here, nice and tall still with the spine, so not coming forward, not coming backwards, in the midline but over to the side. Stay there and inhale to grow a little bit taller, ease off the stretch, maybe look up to the hand, and then exhale to maybe look forward again or down, easing more into that stretch, a bit more of a bend. And then inhale, nice and slowly bring it back up, and then exhale back down. Swap the arms, so right hand outside edge of your left thigh, and then take the left arm, nice big inhale, real big stretch through the spine as you lift up and over to the right. So stabilizing yourself with the opposite hand. And then take another inhale, open up through the chest as you maybe ease off the stretch, lift through the arm, look up maybe, and then exhale to maybe look forward again or down towards the floor, feeling a really good stretch in the side body. And then inhale nice and slow, exhale, bring it back down. Okay, so let's do some hip work now. So we've done a lot of upper back and neck and shoulder work there and stuff for the chest. We are now going to nurture the lower spine and middle back and the lower back. So I'd like you to come into a seated cobbler's pose. So I'm going to move back just so you can see me a bit better. I'd like you to bring your feet together. So bring your knees together to begin with as well. So from here, it's going to feel a little bit awkward like that. You're generally gradually going to bring your knees out. So feet flat on the ground first, actually. Grow nice and tall in your spine. And then as you exhale, bring your knees slowly out to the side, feet together. Only go as far as is comfortable. So again, you're on the edge of your chair here so that you've got plenty of room to open up in those hips, in the knees, if you can, if it feels good. Only go as far as is comfortable. If you want to use your hands to sort of support you here so that you're not just hanging, feel free. And I'd like you to keep that upward current of energy in your spine. As you breathe into your hips, maybe you'd like to close your eyes now. And with every exhale, feel how your knees gradually open up a little bit more to the side, your hips gradually flex out a little bit more. Everything becomes a little bit more supple. With every inhale, feel the stretch grow taller in your spine. Lifted chest. Exhale, shoulders down. Allow your hips to relax. And then on your next inhale, nice and slowly, bring your knees back in, guide them in. And then we're going to come into a little bit of a forward bend. So I'm going to turn the chair around so that you can see what my spine is doing. Again, come to maybe the edge or the middle of your chair, and we are going to have our feet flat on the ground, toes pointing forwards, feet and knees hip width apart. Take a nice big inhale, stretch your arms up overhead as far as is comfortable. Lift through the shoulders, lift through the spine, lift through the chest. Maybe look up towards the hands, and then as you exhale, you're going to bring your arms down as far as they naturally lie. So maybe on the thighs, maybe on the shins, maybe on the floor. And you bring in your chest down towards your thighs, or as far as is comfortable. Now, if you want to, you can use a block, or a couple of blocks if you need it, or a phone book, some cushions, whatever you've got. And you can place that between your thighs and your belly. And you can even place one here for your head, just above your knees. So I'll just demonstrate that for you. So you want to use both blocks. You can kind of hang out here. And this is the idea of this stretch, is to allow the whole of your upper body to become heavy over your bottom of your body. So bringing your chest towards your thighs, allowing your head to hang, allowing the whole upper body to become a little bit more heavier with every single exhale. Close your eyes maybe, if it feels good. And I'd like you to really breathe into this stretch. So feel a good stretch every time you breathe in, through the back, through the neck. And every time you breathe out, relax a bit more. Breathing in, feeling a good stretch, cleansing energy. Exhale to release all tension. Okay, now inhale, slowly rise up, arms overhead, stretch through the entire torso, the whole of the body here. Reach your fingers, and then exhale, you're going to cactus your hands, your arms back down, so bringing your shoulders, your elbows back, and then all the way back down. Maybe bend through the back of the spine again. Maybe take a shoulder shrug or two, bringing the shoulders up towards the ears, and then exhale down and back. Maybe another one. Lovely. Maybe exhale through the mouth, really release the tension. Lovely. Okay, so that's the end of the practice now. So hopefully you enjoyed that. This is gentle enough to do every day, so do feel free to do this practice as often as you need to, adapt it as much as you need to. Don't worry too much about what my body is doing or anybody else or whatever you think the rules are. As long as you feel good in what you're doing and you're following roughly the guidelines, then, and you know, you're working both sides similarly, fab. Okay, so hopefully you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments how you found it. And let me know, you know, if you're feeling more supple and less tense. I'd love to know. So, yeah, if you want any more chair yoga videos, there are some more on this channel. So it's great for desk workers, great for anyone with, you know, limited fitness and flexibility levels as well. So thank you very much for today. You've done great. My name is Catherine and this is Meta Mind Muse. Take care. Bye.